Hi, I'm Stu Chaffetz. It was 2.5 years ago that I released a video of my son being verbally tormented by his teaching staff. I want to sincerely thank the millions of you who watched that video and cared about the plight of my son. Though this video does not relate to that case, I am very sorry to say that something else has happened to my son that has exposed a real flaw in how special needs children are bused to and from their schools. On July 7th, 2014 was the first day of the extended school year, or summer school if you prefer. Through a clerical error, the school bus company that had been contracted to take Akian home from school had the wrong address. However, on that Monday, the first day, they did get the correct address, and they did make it home, and Akian was fine. It should have ended there. Nothing more should have happened, but I'm afraid that something did. The next day, Tuesday, July 8th, there was a substitute bus driver, and there was a substitute bus aide hired by the bus company. That driver took my son to the wrong house. That aide walked Akian off the bus, took him to the front door, led him into the wrong house, and then walked away, abandoning my son in that house. My best estimate puts Akian in that house for 10 to 15 minutes before the owner came home. She had been out walking her dog and left her front door unlocked. And when she came into the house, she saw Akian there, standing in the living room. He still had his backpack on, and he said quietly, "Where's Dad?" You know, it's been almost a month, and that still breaks my heart when I think of that. They've been alone and confused in that house, not knowing what to do, just standing there waiting for someone to come. Now, I have to say, thankfully, Akian is fine. No, he was not harmed, and he came home safely. The woman who owned the house recognized him from the neighborhood, and even though this wasn't next door, it was actually a number of houses away, he got home safely. Now, as you can imagine, there were innumerable ways that this situation could have spiraled out of control. There could have been someone sleeping who had a gun, who heard an intruder in their house. My son could have walked out of the house into the woods behind and got lost. This was truly a dangerous situation. And believe me, I've imagined every possible way that it could have gone wrong. And what made this situation so much worse is how the bus company and this aide handled it. This is the official statement from the aide. Quote, "I saw a tall man through the door that was present when the student entered, so I assumed everything was fine." When I had heard that there may have been a man in that house, some unknown person who this aide had turned my son over to, who just accepted my son off the street, well, I just went into an emotional tailspin, as I'm sure any parent could imagine. And I investigated the situation as fast as I could, and I am assured that actually the house was empty, that there was no man. And yet, at that time, even though I was 99.99% sure that the house was empty, that the aide believed this story and kept to the story, and the owner of the bus company told me that he believed her, that there was a man there, well, that was just like some metal shard that pierced my heart. And I couldn't dislodge it until finally I realized intellectually that no, there could not have been somebody in there. And bear in mind, my son was not able to tell me exactly what happened. It all was such a nightmare, such an unbelievable nightmare that this happened. And if you listen to the aide's statement by itself, it's just so ungodly appalling. Where was her training? Was she trained at all? I mean, did anyone tell her, you only turn over a child, especially a special needs child, to the parent and you do nothing else? You don't assume, you don't envision imaginary people. You have the life of an innocent child in your hand. You don't play games. Now, I live in New Jersey, and I am reaching out to New Jersey's Governor Chris Christie and the New Jersey legislature and asking for a simple correction to this. I'm asking that they investigate who is training these aides. I mean, is there anybody watching over these independent school bus companies and these drivers and aides who are hired by them? I mean, is there training going on? Is anyone doing due diligence to make sure these people who have possession of our most vulnerable children, even for a short time, from the ride from the school to the home, are properly trained and know what they're doing? I have a message for school bus companies. I am not here to open your eyes. I am here to send an earthquake through your business model. You are not carting packages that can be deposited without a signature on someone's front porch. You are carrying children, our beloved children, and you must treat them with respect, and you must train your damn people so that these children arrive home safely. Regarding the situation where my son was verbally tormented and abused by his teaching staff, there has been a conclusion to that. I will be making a major announcement in the very near future, perhaps in the first or second week of September. So please follow me on our Facebook page, which is No More Teacher Bullies, or subscribe to this YouTube channel.